What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Bizarro and Batzarro 2-pack. So this is pretty cool, getting two of our Bizarro characters, but obviously we have normal Bizarro based off Superman, and then now we have Batzarro based off Batman. So both of those look really cool, of course, with the weird Bizarro face design, so each have their own weird little face. We get some additional little accessories, nothing too exciting to go with each of them, but then they also come with a base as well, so we have like a base we can put them on. And of course, we've had those rock style bases, so that looks pretty cool. And if we just spin around to the back, we just have a picture probably that'll be on their cards there of each of the different characters. So nothing too exciting box wise for that, but both of these characters look cool. Of course, we have had a Bizarro in the past, but this will maybe be a new one. We'll have to compare that, but getting Batzarro along with him is really cool as well. So I'm excited to check this out. So let me get him out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. So we're going to start off with Batzarro, which first appeared in Superboy number 68 from 1958, and he's designed as a mirror image of Superman and based off Frankenstein's monster. And Lex Luthor creates a duplicating ray and uses it on Superman to create a duplicate that he can control, known as Batzarro number 1. And of course, with his powers, he is pretty similar to Superman, of superhuman strength, speed, endurance, and hearing, as well as flight. And then he has powers that are kind of reverse of Superman. So he has kryptonite empowerment, so kryptonite makes him stronger, as well as ice and X-ray vision, and then fire and vacuum breath, so opposite of Superman there once again. And overall looks pretty cool. So we have this nice big body design. I feel this figure is probably, of course, similar to what we got with the Dark Knight Returns Superman, and then had it more recently with the Return of Superman that had the long mullet hair and came with crypto and stuff. So that's pretty much similar body to this, just obviously repainted, so it's got more of this purplish blue to it. So it's still blue but has like a purple tint to him. He has the nice pale skin, so almost like bluish green sort of skin to make like he's undead. I love the little swirl there on his chin. Of course, the mouth full of teeth that don't look too good, and then the crazy eyebrows and hair, so that's all pretty fun. His Superman logo is on backwards, so that's always a nice detail, but still has the red underwear, yellow belt, red boots, and red cape on his back with the Superman logo backwards once again for that. So I love the little details of putting that all backwards. And then of course with his hands we get that pale skin color as well. Continue on with that Frankenstein motif. But for movements, we get that little twist all the way around. Can look down that far and up that far. So pretty decent movements there in the head. We get the shoulders that come up to 90. And it has the butterfly joint or whatever. It just doesn't move too much. So just a little back and forth and can rotate around. We get the single elbow joint here. Bends to about 90 there. And has the rotation in it as well. And then we get the wrist that'll twist around and hinge on the ball joint. So it can hinge back and forth there. Then we go to the ab crunch, so we have this section, which I think with these, they don't really move too much, so it's just a little bit of crunching back and forth, and it can twist side to side there. And then I'm not sure if the waist, it's hard to get a hold of him because he's so big and having the cape. Yeah, he does crunch a little at the waist and can twist around there as well. Like I said, just hard to get to because of his cape. But the hips come up to 90 and out to the side, can do the splits there. Has a little bit of a thigh twist and the double knee joint that bends up that far to the back at least. And then of course down to the foot, we get the foot that flex back and forth, can twist side to side, and has the toe joint on the end. So okay movements for him, like he has like the single elbow joints, and then like I said in the midsection it's hard to get those joints to move. I'm surprised they even did move because so much material and stuff, but he does work out, just obviously not the perfect movements. He could have better. But accessory wise, we do get some additional hands. So we have hands, if we want to have them flying or whatever, the more open like hands, but I like the fist there. And then we do also get his necklace thing of Batzarro number 1. So he wears this to identify himself. So we can put that around his neck. Of course, doesn't sit on him the best, but we can have that around his neck there, which is pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, these characters didn't come with any of the bases, so the normal bases, but of course we do get the big base that we can put them on together. And then we have his cards. So there's Batzarro, and I like him hanging upside down. It looks pretty cool. And then we'll have, of course, Batzarro over here to the side. But if we go to the back, of course, his real name's unknown. But it says Batzarro is a Frankenstein-like monster with a heart of gold. Although he was originally created by Lex Luthor, he has gone on to prove that he is a moral character far superior than that of his mad scientist father, possessing many Kryptonian abilities, albeit warped and twisted. This heroic clone of Superman fights for truth, justice, and the Batzarro way. So that's a pretty fun story. So overall, I think he looks pretty cool. Now, we have had Batzarro before, in DC Multiverse, so this is the one we've had in the past. So this is probably more of an evil version, looks much more like a Frankenstein's monster, and of course using a different old Superman body for that. So I definitely like this new one, because when I picture Bizarro, this is always what I picture with this sort of look to him, so it's awesome to get that. So nice to add this version of Bizarro to our collection, since it'll be a nice one to take up that spot. And then we've got Batzarro, which is Wayne Bruce, and he's the world's worst detective. But he first appeared in Superman Batman number 20 from 2005, and he was created by the Joker so that he could finally get the pleasure of killing a Batman. But opposite of Batman, he likes to hang out in crime alley and gun down couples with dual pistols. But he ended up dying when he jumped in front of Joker's bullet to save his idol Batman's life. And overall looks pretty cool. Again, it's just supposed to be a different weird version of Batman. And again, they're using that Dark Knight Returns Batman body, and overall looks decent. Of course, we have the cowl on his head, but you don't see his eyes at all. You just see his big crazy smile, so similar to Bizarro had, but it almost looks like there could be some blood, or just the teeth just look nasty as whatever going on there. And of course, he has the cape hanging down the back there as well. And then, like I said, the Dark Knight Returns body, so same big beefy body and pretty similar body to that Superman as well. But we have the Batman logo on his chest, so I love how it's upside down as well. And you can even see like where the old one was carved in, and they just took a piece, put it back in with this additional piece on top. But I like that because it looks like he could have taken the costume, ripped the Batman logo off and put it upside down, and still left some like where the old stitching was or whatever. So I kind of like that as additional detail, even though I assume it's not supposed to be seen there, but I just like that. Then he has the utility belt on, but it's upside down, unfortunately, so all the pockets are open, so anything he had inside would have fallen out now, which is cool. And then the rest is just the old Batman body, so nothing too crazy with the gray and black design. So like the gray spandex everywhere else, with the black underwear, black gloves with the little spikes on the side, and the black boots as well. So nothing really Batzarro going on with the rest of the outfit. Now movement-wise, we get the head that'll twist all the way around, can look down that far and up that far, so decent movements. A little hard to do with the spikes on his head, but the shoulders come up to 90 with that butterfly joint, a little bit back and forth and rotate around. We get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 with the rotation in it, and then the wrist will twist around and hinge again on the ball joint, so back and forth there. Then we go to the ab crunch, so of course we get the upper one. That's going to be hard. You can pretty much get it not to crunch at all, but it will twist around, and then trying to get at the waist. I assume it should be able to crunch very little and twist around there as well. Then we go down to the hips, so the hips can come up at least that far. Of course, it's hitting the belt, so only about 45 there, and out to the side. Now we have the actual thigh twist joint here, so it can twist all the way around. Then we go down to the double knee joint that bends up that far to the back, and then of course down to the foot where we get the flex back and forth and twist side to side with the toe joint on the end. So yeah, the movements are just all the same ones from that Dark Knight Returns Batman, so nothing new. Now accessory-wise, the only thing he comes with is some additional hands, so we have fist hands instead of the grip hands that he's got on. And of course, from looking at the comics, and as I mentioned, he does use guns, so you can put guns in those hands. So of course I had some and I have no clue what I did with them to show you, but yeah, you can put guns in those hands as well. And then finally we have his card, so there's Batzarro, and like I said, it kind of goes along with the other one, so you could maybe kind of line these up somewhere like that so they go together there. So that's pretty cool. But on the back we have, of course, his name says unknown, but I already said it is Wayne Bruce, and it says created by Mr. Mxyzptlk and Joker as a playmate of Bizarro. Batzarro is twisted version of the Dark Knight, so not much story to go along with that, so I already told you more. And of course, as I mentioned, no bases or anything to go with him, but now that we have him, we can put them on the base that comes together. So we get this rock base. I think we've had this one before, but we can put each of the different characters on. So we have a pig spot here, so it can be like a smashing design, and then a pig over here, so it can be like coming around this thing. So I'm not sure who I'm going to put where, but let me see if I can put them on this. So there I got both of them on display. I have no clue if that's how that's supposed to be. That's just the best I can get them on there to look like they're somewhat fighting. And of course, if I had those guns to put in his hand, he could be shooting them at Bizarro there. But I think it looks somewhat cool having them together. Like I said, I just don't feel it fits on there too well. And of course, it doesn't look like anything's really happening. But overall, I think it's cool. It comes with it. Like I said, just wish it, looked a little bit better than what it does here. But overall, it's really cool to get this 2-pack with Bizarro and Batzarro. So two characters that go nice together. Like like it said from the story, so Batzarro could have a friend with Batzarro. But overall, two pretty cool looking characters. Really happy with the Bizarro. Like I said, nice to add him, and then getting Batzarro, which is a character from the comics. Finally added him in the collection is pretty fun as well. So let me know what you thought of these two figures down in the comments. But if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see more. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.